Whiskers the cat loved to fish. Every morning she would grab her fishing pole and head to the lake, her favorite spot. The lake was always calm and serene, a perfect place for a peaceful day of fishing. She liked to feel the warm sun on her fur. The gentle rays made her feel cozy and content, as if the sun itself was giving her a warm hug. She liked to watch the little waves in the water. The ripples created a mesmerizing dance that Whiskers could watch for hours, lost in the tranquility of the moment. She liked it best when she caught a big fish. The thrill of feeling a tug on her line and the excitement of reeling in a big catch made her heart race with joy. "This fish is perfect," Whiskers said. She admired the fish, its scales glistening in the sunlight, and knew it would make a delicious meal. "I will cook it over a fire." Whiskers loved the idea of cooking her fresh catch right by the lake, enjoying the natural surroundings. It will be the best dinner. She could already imagine the taste of the perfectly cooked fish, seasoned just right. Whiskers took her fish back home. She carried it carefully, making sure not to drop her precious catch. She wanted to get a fire started. The thought of a warm, crackling fire made her purr with anticipation. Whiskers found some wood in the forest. She knew exactly which pieces would burn the best and gathered them with care. "This will make a fine fire," she said. She arranged the wood meticulously, ensuring it was perfect for cooking. She put the wood in a circle. The arrangement was just right, creating a safe and efficient fire pit. Then she got out her matches. Strike, strike, poof! The fire was ready. The flames danced merrily, promising a delightful evening by the lakeside. Whiskers put the fish on a stick. She held the stick over the fire. The fire cooked the fish. "Sniff, sniff. It smells so good," said Whiskers. The fish was ready to eat. "That was delicious," said Whiskers. She licked her lips. "Now what should I do?" she wondered. She looked around. "I know," said Whiskers. "I will go shopping at the bazaar." The bazaar had all kinds of interesting things. Whiskers liked to see what was new. The bazaar was very crowded. It was a lively place filled with the sounds of people chatting, vendors calling out their wares, and the occasional laughter of children. The air was thick with the aroma of spices, fresh produce, and street food being cooked on open grills. There were so many people. It seemed like the entire town had come out to enjoy the day. Whiskers, the curious cat, weaved through the crowd, her eyes wide with wonder at all the sights and sounds. Whiskers saw a man selling hats. They were colorful and came in all shapes and sizes. She imagined herself wearing one of those fancy hats and looking quite dapper. She saw a woman selling shoes. There were shoes of every kind, from sandals to boots, all neatly arranged. Whiskers thought about how nice it would be to have a new pair of shoes for her adventures. Then she saw something amazing. "A car!" cried Whiskers. It wasn't just any car, it was a shiny red car that gleamed under the sunlight, catching everyone's attention. "I have always wanted a car," Whiskers exclaimed, her heart racing with excitement. She could already picture herself driving around town, the wind in her fur. The car was shiny and red. It looked brand new, with not a scratch on it. The red paint sparkled, making it look like a jewel among the other items in the bazaar. It was the perfect car for a cat. Whiskers hopped inside and found that it fit her perfectly, as if it had been made just for her. "I will buy this car," Whiskers told the salesman. She was determined to make this dream come true. She gave him all her money. It was a big decision, but Whiskers knew it was worth it. Then she jumped into the car and drove away. "Beep! Beep!" she cried, her voice filled with joy as she navigated through the bustling bazaar, ready for her next adventure. Section 4. Oh, no, Whiskers. An accident. Whiskers loved driving her new car. She drove fast. She drove slow. She honked the horn. Beep, beep. Suddenly, Whiskers saw a stop sign. She forgot how to stop. The car crashed into a big pile of boxes. "Oh no, meow!" cried Whiskers. She was okay, but the car was dented. Just then, a police car pulled up. "Uh-oh," said Whiskers. "I am in trouble now." Section 5. Going home to a surprise. The police took Whiskers to court. It was a serious matter, and Whiskers knew she was in big trouble. She had never been to court before and was very nervous. The judge looked at her very sternly. His eyes were piercing, and Whiskers could feel her heart pounding in her chest. She knew she had made a big mistake. "It is not safe to drive without knowing how," he said. His voice was firm and left no room for argument. Whiskers felt a lump in her throat as she listened. "You must pay for this accident." Whiskers was very sad. She had not meant to cause any harm, but now she had to face the consequences of her actions. She missed her new car, she missed her house. She missed the comfort of her own bed and the warmth of her home. Everything seemed so far away now. She just wanted to go home. The thought of being away from her cozy little house made her feel even more miserable. Luckily, the judge decided to let her out on bail. Whiskers couldn't believe her ears. She felt a glimmer of hope. "You are free to go," he said. Whiskers felt a wave of relief wash over her. She thanked the judge profusely. "But please, be more careful." The judge's words were a stern reminder of the importance of responsibility. Whiskers nodded in agreement, promising herself to be more cautious in the future. Whiskers thanked the judge and hurried home. She couldn't wait to be back in her familiar surroundings. When she arrived, she gasped in surprise. Her eyes widened as she took in the sight before her. Her small house had been transformed. It was now a grand and beautiful home, unlike anything she had ever seen before. It was big and beautiful, with comfy chairs and a giant fish tank. The room was filled with warmth and luxury, making Whiskers feel like she was in a dream. Beside the tank was a note. "Welcome home, Whiskers. We're glad you're safe. Love, Mom and Dad." Whiskers purred. She felt a deep sense of love and gratitude for her family. Home never felt so good. Whiskers knew that no matter what happened, she would always have a place where she was loved and cherished.